I've heard 2 or 3 people tell me that they think that one of the waves will be people who probably shouldn't come back early, but will. So I've had a couple of different people say, I think our senior adults, kind of one of those vulnerable populations, will, if we open the doors, they will be there. They're so hungry to be back with their friends. They will take us opening the doors as being a signal that we've made a determination that it's safe. And so I think, so as we think about it, I agree with what Dan said about, when is it safe to bring the kids back, but it's also, in my mind, when is it safe for older adults to come back, or how do we communicate that? And so I think as we think about communication with the church, I think acknowledging that we're going to have people at all different points on the spectrum is important. I think that setting in place some criteria, and this is something I would do with the leadership team, not just a senior pastor and executive pastor sitting in a room by themselves, but draw in your board or your elders, whatever governance structure you have, your leadership team, to say, what is the criteria that we would use for deciding that it's okay to come back? An easy one is if the government lets us, but it's got to go beyond that, around safety measures and around, these different factors. And I think, to your question, Todd, about reality and hope, I mean, a reality is we'll have people that are scared to come back. A reality will be, when we're told that it's okay to come back, there will still be some amount of coronavirus floating around. But to me, the hope side, or the positive side of it is well, let me try to rethink how I want to say it. There's a suggestion maybe that's implicit in there is that there's no hope in not meeting together. And, I think part of the hope message is the church is still being the church and doing some amazing things in this dispersed, socially distant reality. And so, part of how I deal with that tension of people saying, open the doors tomorrow, is to say, hey, there's amazing ministry that's going on right now in the way we're doing things. And yes, we will be able to gather again in the not too distant future, but we want to do it based on these criteria, based on keeping people safe and knowing that, God's going to be present with us, whether we're dispersed or whether we're together.